We're back.
We're back.
All right, so today we're going to talk Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, Ilia Topuria, Justin Gage, Arman Sadukyan. Islam can go up and fight Belal Muhammad. This is a mess.
That's a mess. Well, let me tell you, I think he can really give him a hard time.
Everyone there can give each one a hard time. Like, what are we talking? Like Islam moving up?
Moving up, yeah.
To fight Belal Muhammad?
Yeah. And I think he was in the camp that Belal did to fight against Brady in Abu Dhabi.
I think they did a couple of camps together.
They trained together. So one knows the other one's game.
Yeah, I was saying exactly that. I say he wants to move up so bad that he knows what happened on those training sessions.
We don't.
But they know. If he's sizing up Belal Muhammad and say, I think I can move up, it's because he knows something we don't.
Yeah, but every time Belal is gonna fight, people are like, no, this time he's gonna lose. This time he's gonna lose. This time he's gonna lose, and he's keep winning. He's a grinder. He knows what he's doing, man. And his game is hard to beat.
What do you think it would take to win a fight against Belal Muhammad? He got such underrated high kicks too. Right?
Yeah,
his high kicks work. Oh my God.
And you know what? It's not even that he lands on the face or lands on but keeps people away.
Yeah.
So that being said, I would say if it was me, my strategy, I would ask my guy to be on his face, okay? But to do that, you have to be ready physically, okay? Remember, we spoke about that on the Portuguese chat. I was talking about explosion.
Yes.
You need to have that endurance.
The training.
Because you cannot go one time only. You have to be on his face 10 times, 20 times, until he can't deal with that anymore. So the problem is people go and they do with him really good on the first minute and 2 minutes, but they see him surviving, and then they start to get frustrated, they start to get tired, and then he starts to put his game. And then people start to get frustrated. Boom, he beats them by points. This is exactly what happened. I know the case with Sean Brady was different because he was on Sean's face. He knew that was his only chance. He was not going to grapple him. He's not going to be trying to take him down. He's not going to be letting him shoot. He was like, I have to go because if I don't go, this kid's going to kill me. And he did. And
plus he got Sean Brady on the worst ever for Brady, mentally and stuff like that, right?
I think he was not. For me, he was not ready mentally. That's exactly where it was. But again, every time you expect Belal to, this fight is going to be hard for him. He goes in and beat good people. He fought good guys and he beat them. So we are saying that Slun is going to win or whatever, but we don't know. It's hard to predict.
At the same time, I think like Gilbert Burns fought him with one arm for 4.5 rounds. And he took the fight to a decision. So you think like, what if Burns was 100% on that fight? Could we see a different result? So he is beatable.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're just not having that right guy. That's why we talked on another video that Sean Brady is probably the guy who's going to end that. But do you think like does the size play a factor with Islam moving up?
Well, we have to have, that's the problem. We have to have a strategy. And if you don't have strategy, it's hard to beat a gamer. He's a gamer. He's a guy that plays his game and you don't know where he is and he moves a lot, he angles a lot. So for you to get someone like that, you have to build a strategy. And the strategy is not just the technique, A guy like that, you have to be on the best shape of your life to beat him. Because if you get tired a little bit, boom,
fight's over.
You understand? And that's what I think is happening. I think these people are underestimating him and not getting ready 100%. They're getting ready like 80%. And he is ready 100%. Again, anything can happen. The Burns fight, I was one that said, impossible that he's going to beat Burns.
Yeah.
Luque. Vicente Luque's fight.
Oh my God, Vicente Luque was a beat down. And I love Vicente Luque. I think that guy's so dangerous.
That's one of the fights that I said, no, Belal is over. He's going to go. He beat him.
Yeah, bad. Bad. He was fucked up.
Yeah. But you saw how tired he was.
Yes, that's it. So, and how do you see, let's say what I'm hearing is that, and I heard that from more than one people, like inside people, Islam it's moving up to 170 as soon as International Fight Week. When I hear that, they either think Belal Muhammad is going to have a quick fight against Jack Della Maddalena, or Jack Della Maddalena is going to finish quick against the Belal Muhammad. I don't think Jack is going to go through Belal Muhammad. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Belal wins that fight quick. Against Jack Della Maddalena, quick. Why?
Maybe.
What do you know?
No. I'm going to tell you, that's another one that people underestimate. They just think that he's a brawler. The Jack Della Maddalena is a brawler. He's not. He hits the way I like people to hit. He hits to hurt you, you know? And then let's talk about not strategy, not technique now. Psychologically, when someone gets hit by something, you know, like that, it messes with their mind in the middle of the fight. So you have to be really strong physically and mentally to take that. And if he starts to put his striking, at one point, he can slow Belal down on the movements. And that would make a different fight.
Yes, I agree with that.
You know?
I agree with that.
So the same way Belal fought Sean, he has to fight Maddalena. He has to be on his face.
But then I go back to Jack Della Maddalena and Gilbert Burns. Burns was ragdolling him for, was a 3-round fight. So for like 2.5 rounds until he got caught with that knee, right? All the props to Jack. But if he misses that knee, we'll see unanimous decisions for Burns. Like a beautiful win.
Yeah, but that can happen. And this is what I'm talking about. Like you can never underestimate someone that has power like that and can recover and come back from a fight like that. You know, it's hard to predict because on that level, at any point, the fight can change. So it depends a lot on the mind. It depends a lot in how mentally the fighter is ready. You know, and that's what I'm saying that, you know, if he started to put his combinations and hurt Belal, that's going to become another fight. So this is the problem. And here I'm talking like, you know, as a coach, I don't know what can happen because I'm not coaching them. I'm not training them. If I was there training them, I was going to know, but I don't know, you know, but I think, yes, statistically, Belal has more chance to win, but I believe this is Jack's chance to start to go up, you know, come on. It's the title.
Yeah.
It's the title. I don't know. I think as a coach, I'm going to look at him and I say, yo, motherfucker, is the belt. Is the fucking belt.
Yeah. He said he's on a mission. So UFC wants me to win this fight to take the belt from this guy.
Yeah, so
and I don't doubt that. I think
come
so.
On, you know. Yeah, reality. Nobody wants, you know, anyone to win by decision.
Yeah.
Even though he's a grind and he doesn't, you know, stall. People want to see
boring,
knockouts. They want to see
I get it.
Finish, you know, and that's so. If I was Jack Della Maddalena, was gonna be, yo, this is mine now. You actually have that for a long time already, you know. Now it's mine.
So and then we talk Islam moving up, and then lightweight belt is vacant. I think first of the line is Charles, probably against Ilia Topuria. Because one thing this guy said, and I don't think he's bullshitting anyone, is that I left my belt behind to move up and go straight to the belt. UFC promised me that. I believe that. 100% I believe that.
Topuria?
Yeah. I don't think he moved up. He vacated his belt and moved up just to fight a contender. I think he's fighting for the belt.
I love him. I think he's one of the most technical fighters I've ever seen. He's good striking. He's good wrestling. He's good on jiu-jitsu. He's good in, like, he's very complete fighter. Okay. Against Charles, that's a big test. That's a big statement if he beats Charles. Do I think it's going to happen? Depending on the day.
Whose day?
Charlie's day.
Okay.
If it is Charlie's day, like I say all the time, I was going to say, yo, motherfucker, you are a jiu-jitsu fighter. Okay. Learn how not to get hurt striking, put people down and finish them. That's it. Let's tight your jiu-jitsu. I don't give a fuck the fans want to see knockouts. I don't give a fuck they want to see a show. Go there and use your jiu-jitsu because that's what is missing right now. Take advantage of this fucking moment right now that there's a few people that know jiu-jitsu and you are one of the greatest one.
Yeah.
You know, because yes, there's guys with good jiu-jitsu in the UFC, but not with world championship
Yeah.
level jiu-jitsu. He used his jiu-jitsu like someone is using on a jiu-jitsu competition. It's beautiful to see. He needs to start to pull that because that's what they don't have.
He needs one mistake.
That's it.
Right?
That's
like
it.
one mistake, the
That's
fight's
it.
over. Yeah.
That's it. You know, and the problem is he's trying to strike with strikers.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to wrestle wrestlers. I'm sorry. This is not the strategy. This is not a good strategy. You know, so if he's on his day and he's, you know, inspired, I think his fight against Chandler didn't want to finish. That's what I felt. I felt that he had the chance to finish and he was actually like playing around to show how superior he was on the ground. And that's what I want to see.
And to show like a good IQ, right? Like to say, look, I can defend, I can attack,
exactly,
I can circle.
Exactly. He totally dominated. That fight right there show his power in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know, so why are you not going to take advantage of that?
Yeah,
This is the problem with jiu-jitsu fighters. Guys that are good in jiu-jitsu, instead of them training the striking to be good enough to not get hit, okay, but to hit people and put them down because they're going to have to defend. They have to. Who's not going to defend the face? Now, they only play or jiu-jitsu, takedowns jiu-jitsu, or they play striking. If you don't mix it up, you're not making the person open for you to take them down and use jiu-jitsu, right? So they wait for you to shoot because the only thing you're doing is shooting. No. Strike to shoot, to put them down and then finish. The problem is how many times you see guys that great jiu-jitsu guys trying to strike and then they get beat up. And after they get beat up, on the second, third round, they're trying to shoot and put the guy down. Well, let me tell you, you don't have endurance anymore. Your face is all fucked up. You're slow. Your jiu-jitsu is not going to work. They're going to be able to defend it, the submissions, and they're going to be able to stand up. And now, you know, a world champion level jiu-jitsu guy is losing because of that. So this fight is a good fight because, you know, of course, Charles is a lot better on the ground, but Topuria, it's complete.
Yeah.
He can be a challenge for him. 100%.
I see Topuria and Charles, like if the fight ends up going to the ground and by chance it happened, something like it happened to Charles and Arman Sadukyan, I think the fight's over. I think if Charles catches Topuria like he caught Arman, I don't think Topuria will defend like Arman did.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't
you see the technique of Arman defending? That last one that he dived his arm under, like I thought he slapped for a second, but he didn't. He just like he let the body go just so he gets that little
strategy. A good guy, a good fighter. You know what he needs to breed? A straw. A straw here.
That's it.
And he survives.
That's
you know, people usually they tap because they freak out. They're afraid of what's gonna happen. I don't want to sleep here. The TV is on top of me. They're gonna see me sleeping. I don't want to sleep, and then they tap because. But if they have, you know, they've been there before. We talk about that, the stress of the training that people don't want to have. But then it gets to the fight, you get the stress, and now you're not prepared for that. That fight, you shows that he was ready for Charles.
Yeah.
He was ready for every submission attempt. You think that he was not training that?
Of course he was.
I know 100%. Yeah. I know that they pull one of the, like, I don't know, some of the best jiu-jitsu.
He's with
that they have.
You
know, everybody, all jiu-jitsu guys from American Top Team on top of him trying to finish him.
Yeah.
100%. And he was always escaping.
Yeah. Just enough fair to stay awake.
I would say, don't try to play jiu-jitsu with him. But that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be defending everything, sliding out of everything.
Yeah.
You know, and that requires that kind of training, not only for the person that's defending, for the person that is attacking too. The person that has good jiu-jitsu too. If you don't have guys that know how to defend what you do, in the fight happen, you're not going to be ready for. Situations that can't happen. They can't happen, we do it. You can. I wish it was like, okay, no, you're not going to need to train, striking because
you're going to knock him.
You're gonna, no, you're going to put him down.
Yeah,
He's not going to touch your face. Yeah. And then gets to the fight, boom. Now my neck's taken down, my nose is bleeding.
It's not the same.
You need to train that. You need to train the situations that go wrong. Because if it don't happen on the fight, good. If it happens, you're ready. Yeah. So that fight is going to depend on that to see who is more ready to the other.
Ooh, I want to see that. Look, we got to go. All right.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to miss my flight again.
No shit, right? Thanks, guys.